Bruchim Abba, welcome everyone. I would like to share with you a very important message. You know, the Ribbanu Shel Olam, God, has many attributes, many qualities, many midot, many characteristics. The Torah describes him as a Rachum, a merciful God, a Chanun, a gracious God. We have Yud Gimel Midot HaRachamim, 13 attributes of mercy. But if there's one midah, if there's one character trait that we could say perhaps is the signature character trait of God, it would have to be that he is nosei ba'olam chavero, that he feels the pain of Klal Yisrael. He feels the pain of another Jew. That God lets us know that we are not alone, that he is with us in our suffering and in our pain, that God shares our burden. In fact, what is the very first encounter that the Jewish people and Moshe Rabbeinu have with God? We just read it in last week's Parsha, in Parsha Shemos. We all know that Moshe Rabbeinu encounters God in the sneh at the burning bush. And the pasuk says, Vayira malach Hashem elav b'labas eish mitoich hasneh, that God appeared to Moshe in the burning bush. And Rashi is bothered, why a sneh, why a lowly bush? Why not an apple tree? Why not an orange tree? And Rashi says God introduces himself to Moshe Rabbeinu from a sneh, from a lowly thorn bush, to teach Moshe, Imo anoichi b'tzara, I am with you in your pain. That God is sending a message to the Jewish people. You're suffering in Egypt. You're being tortured. You're being tormented. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. Not only am I paying close attention, I feel your pain. I'm not residing in a palace now. I'm residing in a lowly thorn bush. And I'm empathizing and sympathizing with your burden. Imo anoichi b'tzara, I am with you in your pain. This is how God introduced himself to Moshe Rabbeinu. Of all my characteristics, of all my midot, my signature characteristic, my hallmark characteristic, is the fact that I am with you and I feel your pain. I am an imo anochi b'tzara. I empathize and sympathize. And if you want to get a little glimpse into the power of this midah, in other words, in this world, how do we catch Hashem's attention to give us tremendous bracha and tremendous bounty and tremendous shefa? Is there something we could do to gain the attention of Hashem, to, so to speak, hit the jackpot, to get a bounty, to get a shefa from God? An amazing thing. The Baal HaTurim, one of the classic Rishonim, the son of the Rosh, points out in his very classic commentary what is called Misorah, when you have two words in the Tanakh that are identical in two different parts of the Torah, and he draws a connection between the two. And the Baal HaTurim points out that there are two times in Tanakh that the word Ule Yosef appears, the word Ule Yosef. First it says, Ule Yosef yulad shnei vanim b'terem tavo shenas hara'av, that Yosef had two children before the years of famine came. In other words, Yosef specifically had his children before the years of famine, but once the famine came, Yosef stopped engaging with his wife, because Yosef felt it would be inappropriate and improper for him to be involved in pleasure while the rest of the world is suffering. So the first time it says Uli Yosef yulad shnei vanim b'terem tavo shenas hara'av, that Yosef bore two children before the years of famine came. But what's the second time that it says Uli Yosef? The Baal HaTurim says the second time is in the very last parsha in the Torah, in Vizos HaBracha. It says, Uli Yosef Amar, that Moshe Rabbeinu is giving a blessing to the tribe of Yosef. Uli Yosef Amar, Mivarechas Hashem Artso, that Moshe is giving a bracha to Yosef that Hashem should bless your land. Mi meged shamayim mital umitahoim reivetzes tachas umi meged tvoi shamesh umi meged gerashirachim umi roish harare kedem umi meged gevos oilam umi meged eretz umalaya. A very long blessing, that Yosef will have bounty and grain and produce and a fertile land and a blessed land. This is by far the longest description of blessing that any of the Shvatim received. In fact, Rashi comments, Loi haisa benachlas hashvatim, no other tribe received Eretz Malaya Kol Tov, a land full of such goodness, Ke'artzoi Shel Yosef, like the land of Yosef. Not Reuven, not Shimon, nobody hit the jackpot, hit the bounty, got so much blessing like Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef really hit it big. Why? What did Yosef do already, more than any of the other tribes, that he was zocheh to such bounty and such blessing and such bracha from Shamayim? Says the Baal HaTurim, we need to connect the two verses that say the word Uli Yosef. You know why Uli Yosef Amar Mevarechas Hashem Arzo? You know why Yosef got more blessing than any of the other Shvatim? Because Uli Yosef Yulad Shnei Vanim B'Terem Tavo Shnas Hara'av. Because Yosef felt the pain of other people. And when there was famine, he didn't involve himself in pleasure. He said, now's not the time. Now's the time to empathize and sympathize with others. And because Yosef felt the pain of others, God says, Yosef, I like that. I value that. That's important to me. You caught my attention. You sympathize with another Jew, with other human beings. That is why when it comes time for you to get the blessing, you hit the bounty, you get the windfall, you hit the jackpot. And that is why Yosef received Lo Haisa benachlas hashvatim eretz mevayreches ka'artzoi shel Yosef. No other shevet received such great bounty, because Ule Yosef yulad shnei vanim b'terem tavai shnas harav. And what's unbelievable, and when I hear this, my soul shakes, my soul quivers, because the end of the blessing to Yosef says, Umi meged eretz umalaya, you're going to have the land in its fullness. And do you know, Yosef, who it's coming from? Ritzon shochni sineh, from the will of the one who resides in the burning bush. Says Rashi, it's coming meritzono v'nachas ruach. It's coming from the will and the pleasant desire shall HaKadosh Baruch Hu of God, hanigla alai tchila b'sneh, who revealed himself to me the first time in the burning bush. Do you realize what this verse is saying? That who's giving Yosef the bracha? The one who resides in the burning bush. Why are we calling God the one who resides in the burning bush? Do you realize that nowhere in the entire Torah is God ever called the one who resides in the bush? He's called Yod Kei Vav Kei, he's called Adoi Shem, Adnos, he's called Shakai, he's called Tzavakos, he's called Elokim. Nowhere is God called the one who lives in the burning bush. Why, when it comes to the blessing of Yosef, is God called the one who resides in the burning bush? You know why? Because God is telling Yosef why he got the blessing. You know why you got the blessing? Because you emulated me. Remember when I introduced myself to Moshe? I introduced myself to Moshe as the one who resides in the bush, that I'm someone who empathizes and sympathizes with another. I'm someone who feels and shoulders the burden of another. Yosef, you emulated me. You copied me. You captured my attention. You caught my eye, Yosef. You followed my lead. There is one time that God is described as the one who resides in the burning bush, in his Shalom Aleichem, in his introduction to the Jewish people. And when somebody emulates this quality of God, to see someone in pain and to try to feel it and empathize with it and sympathize, that is something that is so dear and beloved to God, that God says, I can't wait to reward you in the next world. You're going to hit the jackpot, you're going to win it big in this world, because you emulated the ways of your Creator. This is the lesson that we learned from God's introduction to Moshe Rabbeinu. We hope to be able to learn that lesson from our Creator, and thereby we should all merit bracha v'hatzlacha, great bounty. Thank you for listening. I wish everybody only blessing and success.